Hello everybody, good morning or good evening, whatever time it is for you to watch me. I am from Alchemist English Language Testing Systems. Welcome everybody to this class. Our parts of the speech is over. The last one was interjection, and I had given you some examples of interjection. It is only an emotional expression for the sorrows or happiness or wonder. For that we use the interjections. There are many interjections. Some European countries do use it. We use a few of them. We use cheers or something. So that part is over. Now let us now know what is a noun. We already know. I had told you what is a noun is. Out of the parts of the speech, 8 parts of the speech, noun I told you that all the things that is created under the sky, made by any superpower or by nature under the sky, and all things made by human beings under the sky. And when we say all things, it includes persons, living things, a small microscopic object also, like the coronavirus, for example. It is also a noun. It is a very small microscopic small object. So all these things are nouns. Now in this class, let us also know, already you all must be knowing the types of nouns or whatever it is that you must have learned during schooling. But now just to recall, remind all that, because I am going right from the foundation level, so that when you go into the advanced classes, I will be going on taking more, telling you more classes, more English subjects, more systems of English. So this will be used, this will be useful to you. So I have repeated. So some may feel monotonous, but now listen to this noun, types of nouns. So one is a proper noun. In the types of nouns, one is a proper noun. Proper means, we always say, we ask somebody what is your proper, he says I am from Varanasi. That is his proper. Means proper is always only one. So proper noun. With that, you just link it with that. Then you can remember proper noun. Like name of some persons, it's a proper noun. Alchemist English Language Testing Systems is an institution, it's a proper noun, one of its kind. And for that matter, India, Bharat, or any of our states, any cities for that matter, all those are proper nouns. Now let us come to common noun. Common noun means, we say, this girl in the class is very smart, very intelligent. So the girl is a common noun, and same girl is found everywhere across the world. It may be in Belgium, or it may be in Hungary or Austria. She is a girl, so that is common. Girl is common. Queen, king, parents, child, infant, baby, all these are common nouns. So one is proper noun, one is common noun, used commonly for anything like machinery, machine. It's a common noun, unless and until you say it's a sewing machine. You use it for stitching clothes, a sewing machine. Okay. So unless and until you say that, machine is a common noun. Okay. So is it clear to you? Proper noun, common noun. And the third one is collective noun. See, the collective noun, there is that word collect. Collect means you collect everything together, put it at one place, and then give a name to that. Or a group, you give a name to that group. So that is why it is known collective noun. We must have already studied, read also collective noun. Some examples are also there. Fleet of ships, a herd of cattle. And in my earlier classes I told you, murder of crows, MURDER, murder of crows, That means group of crows, a collection of crows, that is collective noun. And the other one is abstract noun, abstract, abstract. We will come across this word in many of the classes also. What is abstract? Abstract means imaginary, you imagine it, but it is a noun. You cannot touch and feel it, okay. And very good is example, another example that will be marked very well in your mind is, you cannot take a picture of those abstract nouns. And these abstract nouns, to be more close, to be more clear, they have got QAS. You remember this? Abstract nouns have these three: Q for quality, A for action, and S for state. So once you decide what is, yes, it is an abstract noun, it is stating some quality. That quality you cannot touch it, you can only feel it, or you can just see, visualize, view it and say that it's of good quality or a bad quality, or you give a name to its quality, isn't it? So that is quality. You cannot touch the quality. It's just like goodwill. Goodwill of a business or goodwill of some industry. You say its goodwill is 20 crores goodwill. Can we put it on a table? Goodwill? No. Only it's in the abstract sense. I think now that abstract word is clear to you. So this is abstract noun, and it has got that, as I told, quality, action and state. Okay. Now let us also see how we can classify or analyze it and give that these words belong to quality in the abstract nouns. And for that matter, I have given few examples. Quality means goodness, kindness, whiteness, darkness, wisdom, bravery. These are all qualities. And now coming to action. Action is laughter, L-A-U-G-H-T-E-R. Lot of laughter was there when I entered the class. Only I can hear that, I can imagine it. I cannot take a photograph of it through a camera, by a camera. So that is very simple. Abstract means this only. You cannot touch and feel it. Okay. Then theft. Theft is also something like abstract noun also, but it belongs to the action. He has to do some action. No? He cannot simply come to your house in the night, stand and take away the goods. He will be doing some actions, opening using different master keys to open and all. So the theft. And then judgment, hatred, these are all actions. And state, the abstract noun, third is state. Q quality, A action, third is state. State means which state? Here is the sleep for that matter. I can take a picture, I can take a photo by a camera of a man, of my friend, but I cannot take a photo of his sleep. So sleep is an abstract noun. I think now it should be clear to you. Okay. Then collection nouns, I think I will have to take a class for collection nouns. I will be describing each and every collective noun and explaining you. I will be slowly telling you, you can jot it down also, or you can even in my notifications, you can put forth your requirements. I will be very happy to reply to it. Okay. That's for collection nouns. It's a good collection. We all should have that collection. At least we should know those 80 to 120 collective nouns. It becomes rhythmic and the language becomes very easy for us. When at times when you need that particular group, you want to talk about it. When you say the murder of crows woke me up in the hot summer noon. I was sleeping and these crows, the murder of crows, they crowed and woke me up. So when you have that murder of crows, It becomes easy for you. And anyway, after all this, there is one more countable noun and non-countable noun. That is also very common. Everybody must be knowing countable nouns and non-countable nouns. Now this pen it's a countable noun. 20 pens. These are all countable. And non-countable nouns are water, or for that matter rice, grains, food grains. We cannot go to a shop and ask for give me 5,000 rice, or some food grains or pulses. You say give me some one kilo or half kilogram, like that. Or you ask somebody, give me some milk. Some is something like liquid form, and few is when you are counting. Give me few mangoes. Give me few mangoes. So these are all means different forms. When I am looking, this is all about nouns, proper noun, common noun, collective noun, abstract noun, and the abstract noun has also three different branches. One is branches, or three types we can call it. Okay. One is quality, it talks about quality, abstract noun. One is state, the other one is what is quality, action and state. So this is all about nouns and collective nouns. I will take a separate class for you to give you the I will be using sentences also, so that it will be easy for you to make sentences with such collective nouns, which we will be trying to discuss about in the next class. I will let you know. Okay. And now after the nouns part is now over, so far as types are concerned, but it is not altogether over. We have to know what is we have to know the genders of the noun. I just cannot say, daddy, I want to marry a boy. I have to say, I have to marry a girl. She is also a learned girl. Then he will say, okay ma'am, we will all go there and see the girl, isn't it? Right? So I should know what I am talking. I should know the gender. So all of you try to recall, recollect from your memory, retrieve, and try to make a list of feminine and masculine genders. Let us see how many you can make. However, I will be giving you the almost commandable list I will give you, by which you can use them. It is found in grammar also, but I had collected some more also. Some more I had collected. Like for a governor of the state, there is no feminine gender for a governor. You cannot call governess. A governess means a woman who takes care of children. So like certain limitations are there when we use the genders, masculine and feminine. So we will have this class right now, and I will be telling you few of the masculine, how they are changed, turned into feminine, or you don't change, you use a feminine gender for a female. In English, there is a great advantage. In English, the masculine and feminine genders, those which are used, is only according to their sex, male, female. So different name for a male, different name for a female. पर हिंदी में वैसे नहीं है. हिंदी में दादाजी हैं, दादाजी, पिताजी की पिताजी, father's father. दादाजी की दाढ़ी, he has got a beard, dada, but that दाढ़ी is स्त्रीलिंग, that is feminine gender. दादाजी की दाढ़ी, दादाजी is masculine, but his beard is a feminine gender. की दाढ़ी, की काम for masculine and की for feminine, generally in Hindi. So दादाजी की दाढ़ी, and for a taxi below, a passenger is coming. For him, the passenger is also a striling. Striling means feminine gender. He says, "Savari aa rahi hai." He will not say "aa raha hai." He will say "aa rahi hai." He will, even that savari is a male, a boy, a youth is running to board the taxi. But for the taxi or for a auto or a rickshaw, he will say "savari aa rahi hai." That is not the case in English. It is only the sex that determines the male and female. However, there are few, for power, for energy, for something to talk about strength. Sun. Sun is masculine gender, is powerful. And feminine are there, so we will be discussing feminine, how some are like that, without considering the sex, we call them feminine. Like ship is there. She sailed yesterday. The ship sailed yesterday. She sailed yesterday. Cities, they are all she only. India, she only we call. So like that, there are certain limitations. That list also I will give you, so that you don't have any. Your problem will be little mitigated. You can lessen your problem by having the list of this. So I will be taking the class on masculine and feminine genders. It is also very interesting. There are some tips also to convert a masculine into feminine when you don't know the actual word for that, how to escape it. Instead of going wrong, there are small tips also where you can say, like elephant is there. You can say a bull elephant, a she elephant, or a cow elephant. Like that, those all the things will be discussed. It is already discussed, told to you, I agree, but let us also once again recall it for a good purpose, or for our future academic or English structuring. It will be very useful to you.